Today I'd like to tie for you a Red Quill. The hook I have in a vise is a size 14. This is a standard dry fly hook. The thread I'm going to use is gray thread. I'm going to start the thread in front of the eye. I'm going to take that back halfway. Then I'm going to bring it forward half of that. And that's going to be our wing placement. Our wing is going to be wood duck flank. I'm going to take one section first. We want this the length of the shank. And I want this on the far side of me. So I'm going to roll that a little bit. I'm going to lift the wing and I'm going to put 2 wraps around the wing post. Secure that just a little bit more, and I'm going to remove the excess. I'm going to take my second bunch of wood duck. I'm going to measure it up to the existing wing. I'm going to tie that in. Couple of wraps. Tie that so it stays down. And I'm going to remove the excess. I'm going to make this one just a little bit longer so we'll have a nice taper. I'm going to take this wing and I'm going to put 2 wraps around this wing post. Go 1 and 2. And we can leave them like that. We'll stand them up when we put the hackle in. And bring that thread back to the tail. The tail, I'm going to use blue dun hackle barbels. And we want that to be just about the length of the body. And we're going to wrap that back. I'm going to put a wrap underneath the tail. And remove the excess. I took a red hackle and I stripped the barbels from the stem. And I trimmed the hackle tip off. I'm going to tie that in. And we're going to wrap that. And I'm going to tie that off. And I'm going to remove that excess. I got a little bit of a tab there. I'm going to make sure I get that held down good. Now for the hackle, I'm going to take a blue dun hackle. I gave it the haircut. I'm going to tie this in right between the wing. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of that haircut exposed. Going to lift up the wings and wrap in front. And now we can stand up those wings good. Going to wrap that hackle, and with that first wrap, that first half a wrap, there's nothing, no hackle standing up shooting towards the back. I'm going to give it 3 in back, and when I reach the wing, I'm going to hold the wing back, and I'm going to rub that hackle right up to that wing, right on that wing. And you're not going to get a opening on the bottom or a division where that wing and from the wing in the hackle. And I'm going to tie that off. Going to hold the hackle back, and I'm going to put a couple of wraps right in front. And remove that hackle. Now I have a couple hackle barbels sticking out front. I'm going to take my bodkin half hitch. I'm going to give it a double half hitch. And I'm going to push those barbels back out of the way. Now if you don't have a whip finisher, you could just put a series of double half hitches. Make a bit of a head. And take my whip finisher. Three or four wraps is good. Pull that tight. Remove the excess. Clean my brush off really well. And I got head cement into the eye. Going to take what was left of the hackle and I'm going to run it through the eye. And that clears out the eye. And here we have a red quill. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends, leave comments, questions, suggestions, and most of all, I thank you very much for watching my videos.